On the Chief Justice David Maraga with that petition that has now been filed against him. Michelle Ngele looked at who exactly this man is from the eyes of those who know him. Let's take a look at that.
As a young boy, Maraga attended Maranda High School in central Nyanza for 4 years. It was here that his leadership qualities were nurtured, having been a class prefect for most of the time. His former schoolmate, Polycarp Omolo Ochilo, now a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, describes him as a man of vision.
We met at Maranda Secondary School in 1968. So David was my classmate from Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, up to Form 4 when we sat for our level exams. So David was never in trouble that I remember for the 4 years we in school. We used to have very productive engagement and discussions of academic issues, understanding, and doing things properly, as it were, which I think was the early foundations in which is beginning to show, is showing now.
Right. That the 64-year-old Court of Appeal judge is a staunch Seventh-day Adventist is no secret. In fact, he flatly told the Judicial Service Commission panel that he would not hear cases on Saturdays if appointed Chief Justice. In May 2012, he stunned Kenyans when he stood before TV cameras and swore by the Bible that he would never take a bribe. But was this all for the cameras?
No, I don't think it was a front. I think religion is a fundamental factor in rooting people's character, depth and understanding human relations, and fundamentally the doctrines of fairness, the doctrines of justice, the doctrine of that we are all created in the image of God and we are all the same before God. Because remember, he came from Kisii, I was from South Nyanza, we were in Maranda, which was central Nyanza. People don't understand that. That was close to 300 kilometers from where we came to this side of the country. So we had everybody there, people from Central Province, Western Province, Eastern Province, even a student from the coast. That was the beauty those days.
Perhaps it was that mixed environment that prepared him to work with people from different walks of life, having been stationed in various parts of Kenya throughout his career. His former workmates at the High Court in Nakuru, where he served as presiding judge for 2 years, say they were confident that Maraga would be nominated to the position of Chief Justice. Their joy perhaps an indication of his style of leadership.
First of all, Maraga rarely used his car, yeah? So he'll always walk to court. And when he's from court or when we meet in court, we'll go to the club for a drink, for a cup of tea. We'll just walk through the streets. Even before he was appointed, when he was a judge, you would meet him in the streets just walking around, and I'm sure people didn't know who it was.
His background is very humble. His practice was very straight, and his practice was what you see is what you get. And he was a disciplinarian, that one you must get. He's a person you could approach. It's a person who can guide you. For those ones who worked with him when we were younger, you could see that you grow with him.
And I'm happy about now he's a CJ. He was Justice Maraga, and I'm happy about him. I was excited to hear about him because I joined Maraga when it was Praveen Bauri, March 1995.
I knew Maraga as somebody, one, is very hardworking, is very articulate, and I knew him as someone who can be a CJ, the Republic of Kenya.
The decision by the Judicial Service Commission to nominate Justice David Maraga for the position of Chief Justice of Kenya has automatically bought him a footnote in the history of the Republic of Kenya.